Okay. As a parting shot, I would like to come to each one of you for a minute. And the question that I'm going to ask you, it's a common question to all of you. One, what do you think is the number one issue for political parties? Versus what do you think should be the number one issue according to you? Bhavreen, Kandhari, let's start. What do you see as the number one issue that political parties are reaching out to? And what would you want to see as the number one issue?
To me, I'm just seeing them woo citizens with freebies, so they're just competing with each other. And of course, I'm very clear on health and clean air, which is extremely important. Like I said, we are losing our years of life and our children. We cannot afford to do that anymore. So that means, and clean air is not about clean air is about, vehicular emissions, it's about waste management, it's about industrial, chemical, it's about your, thermal power plants, it's about, everything. It's just so much. So everything needs to be brought in to the manifestos and most important is the political intent. Everything will go, it will get, done if there's a clear, honest intent and this non-denial kind of mode is, gone from there. Yeah.
And a yes or a no, do you see any political party come close to raising the concern that you want to be prioritized? Any political party, yes or a no?
Yes, I can't say that they're all, they're not, everybody is, because there has been conversation now, at least in these winter months, there is conversation. So there are ways that they are bringing in, but we've not heard so far for the elections or in their manifestos, nothing. But during the parliament session, we were kind of, talking, we had a mini protest outside the parliament session, and then only the leader of the opposition, of course, he invited some of us into the parliament to speak about air pollution, but I don't think he got to take this further into the parliament. So it's not a complete no, but yes, it's not enough, considering it's a very, very important issue. Yeah.
Okay. Professor Tanveer Ijaz, what do you think are political parties prioritizing as number one versus what would you want your priority to be?
Well, political parties, they always prioritize their issues in a way that they would win elections. For them, what is so essential is just simply winning the elections. And perhaps, most of the political parties, they lack the imagination, they do not have that creative talents within them, to solve the problems that society face. So at the end of the day, you'll see, the same issues, being discussed by the political parties, and they are not at all concerned about the major issues. But for me, the major issues, of course, are one, of course, is environment, right? This whole climate change, this pollution. So that has to be the number one issue, of any election in India, perhaps, So, but, my concern is that, the manner in which the education, particularly in Delhi, it's a cosmopolitan place where students come from different, parts of the country. So, I think political parties, they need to be more creative in terms of finding out a better education. Our education system is crumbling. Delhi University, somebody talked about, it's also crumbling. So I think it's very important that education should come. And of course, education would take care of environment also. We have environmental studies in our programs, but then education is one area which needs some very serious thought and serious concern about it.
Right. Rahul Bajaj, the same question to you.
Well, I feel that the priority for the political parties is to show who has spent how much in building whose home. And literally, I don't think the Delhiites are really interested in seeing what kind of jacuzzi has been installed in which politician's home. what I would be interested in hearing from them is that Singapore is a city country. Delhi is a city state. Is there a vision plan from any one of them who can say that in the next 10 to 15 years we are going to get at least a 50% or a 30% closer to what a city country is like, and can that development happen for that particular city, and the state and the center to stop fighting and start collaborating so that Delhi Heights can get what they deserve.